So, what up, you guys? It is me again. I remembered something from a while ago, when I was taking a bath that I haven't thought about for a long time, because of all the stress and crap going on and stuff last year. By the way, this is a double chin, but I am really skinny. I wear size large. I don't know why. I have a double chin. I'm not overweight or anything. I'm actually really buff. But, so, at the state fair, there was a man back in 2019 or 2018. My fire. Look at that. I don't know why it's like that. I'm not overweight or chubby or anything. Anyways, it was really hot outside, and it was in October, but it was really hot outside. Not really, really hot, but it was warm. Really, really warm. It was like maybe low 80s, high 70s. And this man was Fahrenheit by way degrees. This man was sitting on the concrete wall. At the state fair, they have these little concrete things that you can sit on, kind of like benches, but made out of solid concrete. And in the center of them are all like plants and little bushes and stuff. But anyways, this guy was pouring sweat. He was sweating. I have a weird feeling that God led me to him, because I saw him. I saw the man sweating through all over his head. He was a bald guy. His entire head was all covered, soaked in sweat, running down his face. Nobody looked like they saw him even. And I was right there at the right place at the right time. Because after this, he was gone. I went to right next to where he was, actually, was a booth or a stall or a food stand that had food and water. I purchased a water to give to the man. When I turned around, he was gone. He was nowhere in sight. And I was literally 6 feet away, or less than 10 feet away from him. And he was nowhere in sight. After I didn't see him anymore, I looked both directions, and I didn't see anybody bald. There's no bald guys whatsoever. Neither way I looked. So it's really weird. There's left, right that you could have turned and turned straight. But if you turn backwards, you would walk right into one of the roller coasters. So, isn't that kind of weird, guys? I mean, it kind of seemed like I was the only one who saw him, because anybody else who saw him would probably just stop and ask, "Do you need some water or something?" Kind of weird, right? He was wearing camouflage cargo pants, and a t-shirt, and his head was flooded with sweat. He was bald. It's really weird to ask this question, but do you guys think that was an angel? That God was testing my heart to see how kind-hearted I would be to actually buy water that costs like $4 at the state fair, very overpriced, for a bottle of water to give somebody to somebody. Because this guy was nowhere in sight. It's like he vanished into thin air. It's like I was the only one who saw him. He looked just like a regular person. So I don't know. And there is a story, actually, that I've heard from God's 411 on YouTube. God 411 or God's 411, something like that. There's a few years ago, back in 2019, I saw a video that they posted. And the video was, there's this homeless man. And he actually had only a few cents worth of stuff, or like a few bucks, that's it. And then he went into the grocery store to buy like some vegetables, and that was it. When he came out, he saw another homeless father and a homeless son standing right next to each other. And they asked for his food, and the guy cared more about others than himself, just like me. And he gave away all of the food that he just bought. He gave away all his food that he had just bought. He had no money, no food at all. And the father and the son gave the man a coin in return, just like a coin. Like, it was an old, kind of ancient looking coin. The story said that they gave him. So the man walked away, found a bridge to crawl underneath, just waiting for his body to give up, because he hadn't eaten for days. He was on the brink of dying, so he went under a bridge for his last moments. And then the wind blew a newspaper down underneath the bridge with him. And on the newspaper, it had an article or advertisement for a new shop that opened up in town, a coin shop that takes really old coins. So he said, he was like, okay, I decided to go. So he took the coin over to the new shop that opened up, and he gave it to the clerk, the man running the shop, and he said, the man said, in shock, I have to make a few phone calls. And the homeless man looked really confused, and the man came back and told him that the coin was worth millions of dollars, like 3 to 4 millions. And then he got the money in check, and he went back to the grocery store where the homeless people gave him the coin. And the vegetables were still there, but the man and the father were gone. And the vegetables were still there, but there was also a note there. And the homeless man opened up the note, and it read, "Thank you kindly for your service. Signed, God's Angels." So the man had no idea that these guys were angels. They were in human form, not spiritual form, but human physical form. How many of you guys watching this believe that there are actually angels out there right now in human flesh, as well as demons, but angels as well, that you could have come in contact with? They would definitely be very, very pure-hearted, no mistakes, no sins. So it's very rare to, but I'm pretty sure a few people have actually come in contact with them. and they would be talking scriptures and stuff. But yeah, I talked to God's 411 back in 2019 in a comment on that video. I can't remember what the video was. I'd have to find it and put the link in the description of this video. And I asked him if it was fictional or non-fictional, and he said, unfortunately, that it's fictional. He believes it's fictional. But that was an awesome story. It's almost like it's not even fake. That's not made up. That actually is something that really happened. How amazing is that? But what do you guys think? Do you guys... I feel I made this video before, but do you guys think that the guy that I saw at the fair, drenched in sweat, who looked to have vanished in thin air, because he was there 1 minute, and then like a minute later I turned around and he was just gone. He was just absolutely gone. He was gone, and somebody else was sitting in the same spot that he was in. But the man that I saw was gone. He wasn't anywhere to be seen. Neither right, neither left, neither forward. So there's nowhere for him to have gone to. Nowhere. I was so shocked and so confused, and I still have this feeling that it wasn't really a person, but that, like, God led me to the location at the right place at the right time, just for me to see the guy drenched in sweat and to have me get the water. It's very awesome. And it doesn't seem like a coincidence, does it? No, because the guy vanished in the thin air at the end. If I had arrived there like 5 minutes later on, he would have been gone. So right there's that's just very cool. But I still have this feeling that God was testing my heart. Why would God need to test my heart, though? He already can see my heart. He knows how loving I am, my heart, and kind-hearted I am, and everything. So yeah, very cool video. It's one of my testimonies again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you later.